Hey everyone, Gil here at Camppatton Family Compound. I'm going to give you an update on what's going on with the water leak. I didn't film anything yesterday when we were doing a bunch of work on it because it was going weird and my son didn't want to be filmed with it also. Anyways, so we've had to pull out this much of the subfloor in the utility room here. And what was weird is on the wall on this side here had some mildew going up on it a little bit farther than it did on the other side. That side has nothing growing on it. This side here that we took off had it up about to here. And so my son Matthew works for a company that does this type of work, and he said, all right, so we usually go a foot or two beyond where the mold, mildew, whatever is showing, so we cleaned that up. The other side here in the kitchen, the water went out a lot farther. And the hump, what the hump was in line here, in between the studs. What it is it's had particle board for the subfloor. And as the particle board got wet, it would be nailed on this end and nailed it back on the other end. In the middle, it would, as it got wet, would bow up. So the particle board bowed up there, it bowed up a little bit over here. Of course, the cabinets were kind of here, kind of trying to keep it down. On the back side, it bowed down. And because it bowed down back here, that's where most of the water pooled and dripped down. This was all full of insulation. Literally, they had like, a foot of insulation down in there. But where the insulation was in this row here, you could see where the water had been leaching through the particle board and staining the insulation, and it looked like someone had poured syrup on it, and all the drops and stuff going back and forth in the streaks. So, but let me walk out here a little bit here. Right down next to that piece of insulation there's a little slit there. That's where it tore from the weight of the water on it. So a bunch of the water did go down into the ground underneath. But under this one here, there's a little, I don't know if you can tell that little ridge right there. That's where the steel cross members is underneath. And so as the water trailed along and started dripping down over here, it pooled over there as well. So, and then it trailed a little bit farther, and it wicked through the insulation to the next section over there. And so we pulled all that out. This insulation is still here. It's dry. And that insulation back over there under the utility room on that side is dry. In fact, you can see that little ridge there in the black stuff where the steel member underneath is holding it up. That's where it basically kind of stopped. It wicked a little bit farther, but it stopped there. So we got like 10 bags of big old huge construction bags he has of stuff of the insulation out, maybe a little bit more. Now the one thing that really ticked us off, and this is what manufactured, which is basically a mobile home, did the sill plate here. Get down at the sill plate here. It's only a piece of 3/4 inch board. It's a 1x4 sitting on top of 3/4 inch subfloor. Yes, there's a stud. There's a joist on the back part of it, but a 1x4 for a sill plate, stupid. And on some of this here, let me back up here. You can see this here. This is where what they did is they glued glue on top of all the floor joists, and then slapped down the particle board and nailed it. Well, where it was wet, the glue dissolved, and so it didn't stick to the board. But where the board stayed dry, I mean the joist stayed dry and the particle board stayed dry, the glue stays. So we're going to have to scrape this off later on before I replace it. So we got to find some real 3/4 inch plywood, not this stuff you get at Home Depot and Lowe's that's 3/64 shy of 3/4 inch. So we're gonna have to work on that. Now the last section over there that he cut out, because you can see the coloration of the subfloor going across there, and then it turns dark for a little bit there. He thought it was gonna have wicked up in there, but it was clean, and so there was no mold going up in that one. But that's just one of the things we had to look at to check it out. The only real silver lining, well, there's several minor silver linings, but one of the silver linings is in this section right here, over here. So we got the dryer, the washer. This was an open space there. We had a little chair sitting there for putting mud boots on and off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come off that drain there with a T, come over here and come up here. I'm going to drop 2 water lines down through the floor joist after we get the new subfloor in. Drop it down in all the way, go through, and I'm going to put one of these little laundry setups, one of these type of laundry setups over here a little bit lower, and I'm going to put the water softener there so it can actually soften the water. And so I'll plumb that in all the way down, out, and send it go where the water, take it over to where the water comes into the house. So they'll have a water softener here to help remove some of the calcium and other stuff that caused the problem with the valve that was there. So that's the update right now, and hopefully we'll be able to. Matthew said we're going to have to leave this open for 2 weeks, so that any other moisture that's back in any of the insulation back underneath the island there, and any of the boards around the edges here, have a chance to dry out, and so we don't seal moisture in there. So that's what's going to be happening there. All right, so one of the things I mentioned in the previous video, the corner section, we were probably going to have to take that out. We did, but then we also had to take out the one cabinet that was here that had the glass doors in the front of it. You've seen in a lot of the videos. So we got them stacked over here in the living room. And now also from the laundry room, we had to take out the 2 wall cabinets that had the clothes rod between them. So we ended up removing 4 cabinet sections out of here. Well, thanks for watching this and getting dizzy with my moving around. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, please click the subscribe button down below. And when the bell pops up, click the notification bell. That way you get notified every time I post a new video. Oh, and please don't forget, thumbs up. That helps out with YouTube's analytics. And as always, everyone, stay happy no matter what life gives you. Stay safe, stay prepared. If you have a chance this year, there is still time to do it. Plant something. All right? Bye.